The air was thick with the smell of pine and fear. Darkness fell over Lake Berryessa, California. A young couple, unaware of the evil lurking nearby, enjoyed a peaceful afternoon. He wore a strange executioner's hood. On it, a chilling symbol, a crossed circle. This was no Halloween prank. This was the mark of the Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer. A name that sent shivers down the spines of Californians. He was a phantom, a boogeyman who emerged from the shadows to unleash terror. The Zodiac's reign of terror began in December 1968. It was a time when the Bay Area was bustling with life, unaware of the dark shadow that was about to descend upon it. The first signs of this impending horror were subtle, almost unnoticeable, but they would soon escalate into a nightmare that would haunt the region for years to come. Two teenagers, parked on a lover's lane, became his first victims. They were enjoying a quiet evening, a moment of peace and intimacy, completely unaware of the danger lurking in the darkness. The tranquility of the night was shattered by the sudden, violent attack. Their lives were cut short by a hail of bullets. The brutality of the attack left the community in shock and mourning. Families were devastated, and the sense of safety that once enveloped the area was irrevocably broken. More attacks followed, each one as brutal as the last. The Zodiac seemed to strike without warning, leaving a trail of fear and confusion in his wake. The police were left scrambling, trying to piece together clues from the chaotic crime scenes. The killer seemed unstoppable, toying with the police, the press, and the public. He reveled in the attention, using it to fuel his twisted game. Press conferences were held, but answers were few and far between. The headlines screamed of terror, but the identity of the Zodiac remained a mystery. Letters, often filled with bizarre ciphers and cryptic messages, arrived at newspaper offices. The Zodiac craved attention. He wanted to be known, to be feared. Each letter was a taunt, a challenge to the authorities, and a message to the public that he was always watching. He wanted the world to know his name, to tremble at his every word. The cryptic nature of his messages only added to the fear, as people tried to decipher his intentions and predict his next move. The sense of dread was palpable, spreading like wildfire through the community. Fear gripped the San Francisco Bay Area. The once vibrant streets became eerily quiet as night fell. The usual hustle and bustle gave way to an uneasy silence, broken only by the whispers of those who dared to venture out. People were afraid to go out at night, their every move shadowed by the unseen threat. Neighborhood watch groups formed, and residents took extra precautions, but the fear remained. The Zodiac's presence was felt everywhere, a constant reminder of the danger that lurked in the shadows. The Zodiac's ciphers became the stuff of legend. These cryptic messages were sent to newspapers, taunting the public and law enforcement alike. They were complex puzzles, taunting investigators with the promise of revealing his identity. Each cipher was a challenge, a twisted game that the Zodiac Killer played with those who sought to bring him to justice. Some were solved, offering glimpses into the killer's twisted mind. These breakthroughs provided rare moments of triumph for the investigators, who were often left in the dark by the Zodiac's cryptic communications. Others remained unbreakable, their secrets locked away for decades. These unsolved ciphers became a symbol of the Zodiac's enduring mystery and the limits of human ingenuity. For years, the ciphers remained a source of frustration. Detectives and amateur codebreakers alike pored over the symbols, hoping to unlock the secrets hidden within. But in 2020, a team of amateur codebreakers achieved the impossible. Using modern technology and collaborative effort, they managed to crack one of the most infamous ciphers. They cracked the Zodiac's 340-character cipher, a message that had baffled experts for over 50 years. This was a monumental achievement, a testament to human perseverance and ingenuity. The breakthrough, while not revealing the killer's name, offered new insights into his psyche. The decrypted message provided a chilling glimpse into the mind of a man who had eluded capture for so long, reigniting interest in the case and offering new avenues for investigation. In the decades since the Zodiac's crimes, forensic science has advanced in leaps and bounds. DNA technology, once a futuristic concept, has become a crucial tool in solving cold cases. The question arose, could DNA finally unmask the Zodiac? The case of the Golden State Killer offered a glimmer of hope. In 2018, investigators used DNA from crime scenes to identify and apprehend a suspect, decades after his crimes. Could a similar approach be used to finally bring the Zodiac to justice? Over the years, countless names have been thrown into the ring as potential Zodiac suspects. Each had their own compelling yet ultimately unconfirmed links to the crimes. The lack of concrete evidence allowed speculation to run rampant. Some suspects were ruled out through alibis or lack of evidence. Others remained on the periphery, their potential involvement never fully dismissed. But one name, more than any other, has become synonymous with the Zodiac case: Arthur Lee Allen. Arthur Lee Allen was a name that haunted the Zodiac investigation. His presence loomed large over the case, casting a shadow that investigators could never quite escape. He was a former schoolteacher with a troubled past and an eerie resemblance to police sketches. His life was marked by a series of unfortunate events and questionable decisions that made him a person of interest. Allen owned a Zodiac brand watch, a seemingly innocuous detail that took on a sinister significance in the context of the investigation. He even wore boots that matched footprints found at one of the crime scenes, a fact that added to the mounting suspicion against him. Despite the circumstantial evidence, Allen vehemently denied any involvement in the crimes. He maintained his innocence throughout numerous interrogations and public scrutiny. He was never charged, and the case against him remained largely circumstantial. The lack of concrete evidence meant that the authorities could never definitively link him to the Zodiac killings. Allen died in 1992, taking his secrets, if any, to the grave. His death marked the end of a chapter in the Zodiac investigation, but the mystery and speculation surrounding his involvement continue to this day. The Zodiac Killer's cryptic messages and taunting letters kept the public and law enforcement on edge, and Allen's name was often at the forefront of these discussions. Investigators worked tirelessly, sifting through mountains of evidence and following countless leads, but the elusive nature of the Zodiac Killer meant that definitive answers remained out of reach. The fear and paranoia that gripped the community during the Zodiac's reign of terror were palpable, and Allen's potential connection to the crimes only added to the unease. Each new headline brought fresh waves of fear and speculation, and the public's fascination with the case has endured for decades. True crime enthusiasts and researchers continue to delve into the details of the case, hoping to uncover new insights and perhaps finally solve the mystery of the Zodiac Killer. The striking resemblance between Allen and the police sketches remains one of the most compelling pieces of circumstantial evidence, fueling ongoing debates and theories. The quest for justice and the desire to bring closure to the victims' families drive the continued interest in the case, even as the years pass and memories fade. The story of Arthur Lee Allen and the Zodiac Killer is a haunting reminder of the shadows that can lurk in the most unexpected places and the enduring quest for truth in the face of uncertainty. The 2020 cipher breakthrough, while not directly identifying the killer, provided valuable insights into his mindset. The decoded message revealed a chilling glimpse into the Zodiac's psyche, confirming his desire for recognition and his twisted sense of humor. The message, while cryptic, suggested that the Zodiac reveled in the fear he instilled. It offered no remorse, no explanation for his actions. Instead, it reinforced the image of a cold, calculating individual who enjoyed playing a deadly game with the authorities. Despite decades of investigation and the tantalizing clues left behind, the Zodiac Killer's true identity remains a mystery. The case, though officially inactive, continues to fascinate and frustrate investigators and armchair detectives alike. Was the Zodiac a cunning mastermind who managed to outwit the authorities? Or was he simply lucky? Did he die, disappear, or simply stop killing? These questions linger, their answers lost in the passage of time. The Zodiac Killer case stands as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of everyday life. It is a story of terror, mystery, and the enduring power of the unknown. While the killer's identity remains a mystery, the search for answers continues. Perhaps one day, new evidence will come to light, finally unmasking the Zodiac and bringing closure to the families of his victims. Until then, the case remains an open wound, a chilling reminder of the evil that men do.